The majority of the rivers in the world are connected through an ocean. We all live on one single planet, in the same home. Rotary's areas of focus are also interconnected: water and sanitation and hygiene, education, economic development, maternal health, disease prevention and treatment, peace, and the environment are all interconnected. As a kid, I saw my mother cry many times before going to bed. She will cry over the loss of her older daughter, my sister Agueda. I sat on her lap, wiped her tears, listened to her story. She shared with me that my older sister Agueda one day got sick after coming back from visiting my dad's farm, where she was swimming in the waters of the Ameca River in Mexico. That river carries sewage discharge from a city nearby. My mom will tell me that my sister was in the hospital. The nurses will come with hot towels, trying to bring some movement to her arms and legs. But unfortunately, that disease also affected her nervous system, and she could not breathe. That disease that took my sister's life was polio. I told my mom that I will do everything I could to prevent mothers like her from suffering a similar pain, a pain from the loss of a child to a disease like polio and other diseases caused by river pollution. Years later, as an 11-year-old, we visited the River Lerma Santiago in Mexico, and I was astonished by the garbage and wastewater pollution that the River Lerma Santiago carried. It had so much foam that looked like as a house. We were told not to go in the water, that was contaminated and it will make us sick. I told myself, someday when I grow up, I will come back and do something to clean up the river. Decades later, I was invited to join Rotary, an organization that is helping to eradicate polio. And I thought to myself, if Rotary can eradicate polio, then Rotary can help eliminate pollution in the rivers. And by doing so, save lives by preventing many diseases. In 2009, my club, South Ukiah in California, was invited to participate in the Russian River cleanup. Is there, we thought we can do more. We need to connect with other Rotary clubs and help them initiate river cleanups in their communities. And that's where the Cleaning the Rivers of the World idea came from. We took the river cleanup project idea to a project fair in Guadalajara, Mexico, where we began the Ameca River Cleanup Initiative in the same river where my sister contracted polio. From there, we shared the project idea at district conferences, river symposiums, zone institutes, international conventions. And WashRag helped us to launch the River Cleanup Challenge, a competition that saw clubs from United States, Canada, Mexico, Colombia, Ecuador, Brazil, Turkey, India, and others get involved. I had the privilege to participate in a river cleanup in some of those countries, where we learned the importance of connecting with different organizations, with government agencies, NGOs, educational institutions, community leaders, including leaders from indigenous communities. We worked tirelessly raising awareness, connecting with clubs, helping develop sustainable river projects, conducting water quality testing and citizen science projects, and helping them funding the grants and other projects. We kept inviting clubs to take on the challenge. In 2018, At the Rotary Day at the United Nations, Rotary connected closely with the UN Environment Program, also known as UNEP. Rotary and UNEP staff worked towards developing the concept Adopt a River, a pilot program that began in Kenya, Ethiopia, Eritrea, and South Sudan. The success of the Adopt a River program has continued to spread. Now, with environment as one of the Rotary's areas of focus, it is much easier to get Rotary members involved in these activities. To date, there are several completed river and lakes projects supported by global grants in Egypt, Mexico, Bosnia, Ethiopia, and more in development in India, USA, Mexico, Honduras, Guatemala, and other places around the globe. The Adopt a River program, now called Community Action for Fresh Water, depends on the local club's leadership to connect with their communities and work together to protect water bodies, rivers, lakes, and wetlands. The Rotary Foundation and UNEP are here to support your efforts. It is a type of initiative that everyone can get involved. My current role is now as an advisor and a coach. I connect with people, with clubs, with districts, encourage them, guide them, and let them run their projects based on their capacity and needs. Rotary members use their strength as advocates in the countries where they live. Projects are designed by Rotary members and their communities, and there are many impactful projects, small and large, throughout the world. I let people know that I'm here to work with them. But why should we adopt a river, adopt a lake, adopt a watershed? Because it is our children's true inheritance. Because a healthy river, a healthy watershed helps the biodiversity, the forest, the wetlands, lakes, helps agriculture, helps economy, recharges the aquifers, provides water to millions of people around the world. A contaminated river and a damaged watershed makes them the areas prone to fires, causes droughts, causes diseases, affects the economy of the communities near the rivers and the lakes. It contributes negatively to climate change. Through the power of Rotary, we come together to build partnerships, to work together to conserve and restore ecosystems, eliminating pollution, providing education, building economies, and preventing diseases. I encourage you, all of you, to ask your clubs to get involved in our community action for fresh water. It engages our clubs members at the local level. It gives them an opportunity to be engaged at the international level. Adopt a River is supported by the Rotary Foundation and the United Nations Environment Program. Thank you.